What's going on, guys? Gilly Writes Comics here, creator of the Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, which is currently crowdfunding on Kickstarter. We made our goal and are in the process of unlocking some stretch goals. So, if you haven't backed yet, please consider supporting your local space capybaras. All right, so now on to the MCU. What can I say? There hasn't been much for me to get excited about. Outside of Spider-Man No Way Home, I haven't been exactly wowed by anything coming out of the MCU. I gotta be fully transparent here. I mean, if you're watching this video, right, if you've been watching for this long, it means you kind of value my opinion, right? You kind of care what I have to say. And for that, I thank you sincerely, seriously, for real. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not an MCU shill, right? I'm not the guy who's like, yo, She-Hulk is the best. I love that show. Or, oh my God, Thor Love and Thunder was so cool, dude. Like, that's not me. I just never been that way. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I've never been a shill, and there's been stuff that I want to love that I haven't been able to. I haven't yet watched Eternals, and I don't plan to. It just does nothing for me. Shang-Chi, I'm a kung fu guy, but the trailer was super generic for me. I might give that one a go around, though. Oh, and don't get me started, right, on that glorified trash heap that was Thor, Love, and Thunder, the last thing I watched from the MCU. Just no. Piss on the wall storytelling, creator-sized plot holes. It doesn't mix well with slapstick cringe, okay? Thor is worthy of better. I'll just say that. But anyway, let's talk Wakanda Forever and how I think it can actually save the MCU. Once upon a time, the MCU was the quintessential film-going experience. Standout movies that served to heighten the lore and raise the stakes of the MCU through the film's interconnected stories were amazing. They were brilliant, at times edgy, funny, and action-packed comic book films come to life. They were superhero rock stars. Now, the MCU, in my opinion, is flailing. They just don't have the spark needed to ignite the next wave of MCU films going forward. I speak from my perspective. I just haven't been. And you're talking about someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s loving, Marvel, right? Even into the 2000s. So we got a new generation here, and just because you got a new generation doesn't mean you toss the older generation aside. It doesn't work, because again, if you get me, right, and I'm happy, I'm bringing my kids, and you're at a great spot to keep the legacy of MCU films going really strong, and I just haven't been seeing it. So why am I focusing on Wakanda Forever? Well, because the new trailer dropped, and I'm, of course, the last one to see it, right? Well, anyway, I saw the trailer twice, okay? I'm serious, right? Once on my cell phone, okay? And the second time at home with headphones and the volume pumped really loud, okay? And you feel it, okay? I'm not going to lie. It hit me, okay? And there's a quote there that I'm going to say. Only the most broken people can be great leaders. Controversial. That may have some weight, but as someone who does social service work for a bustling high school, I can safely say that broken people at times make the worst kind of human. Okay, there's different kinds of broken, so it's possible, a great leader can squeak out, right? But anyway, it's just a statement that it's a great statement that sets the tone for Black Panther 2. This one seems to be a darker film that I'd argue is needed right now for the MCU. Okay, with the loss of the late, great Chadwick Boseman, it's up to his sister, Shuri, to take up the mantle of the Black Panther. And let me tell you, those shoes won't be easy to fill. Everything is riding on this film, making Shuri's jump to being Black Panther as seamless and natural a fit as possible. It's really make or break. We need a heroine, right? Before we need to make this about gender politics. And it's no secret that Disney is pushing this strong female thing as inorganically as possible. I know it might be a triggering statement for some, but again, I always shoot from the hip. I say what's on my mind, and I'm just saying what's been evident to me.
Wait, leave her, come on.
All right, I'm on my way.
With that said, Wakanda Forever can be the crucial linchpin film that gets people excited about the next wave of MCU films. It could be that heart puzzle piece, right, that brings all the other films together around it. Another great string of MCU movies that can bring in a new threat outside of Thanos. Now, with that said, I'm not crazy about Namor's casting. He doesn't seem larger than life to me as he did in the comics. And his ankle wingy things look weird as hell when he flies, like unnaturally freaky weird. Still, if done right, his portrayal in the film can be overlooked if everything comes together harmoniously. It can work. It might not be the version, some of us envision, but for that film, it can work. We just have to see the numbers after the dice has been rolled. We got new characters, right? We got Ironheart. Did absolutely nothing for me in the comics. Okay, not a big Ironheart fan here. But that doesn't mean that Ironheart doesn't have a chance to win my heart in the MCU. Yeah, she can win my heart, right? Riri can win my heart if she's handled correctly and is placed into the story tenderly instead of shoehorned in ham-fistedly, which we've seen done before. We've seen that. There's a lot to be excited about, and there's a lot that can come crashing down. Either way, this film can bring me closer to the MCU or be the one that pushes me further and further away, drifting and drifting and drifting outward, away from a Marvel Comics film world that I once knew and loved. Will Wakanda Forever save the MCU? What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Anyway, guys, till next time, this is Gilly Writes Comics. Geek out.